Hello everyone, it's your lovely Abbie Dagrin and welcome back to my channel, lovelies. Today I'll be continuing a series on my channel that deals with natal chart analysis, and I did get a suggestion by Pure Power to do Dwayne Johnson or The Rock. So today I'll be doing one on him. I'll be speaking on his personality traits, his characteristic traits. I'll be speaking on how his placements have led to a lot of his success. So please make sure you stay tuned for the rest of my video, lovelies. If you have not yet become a part of the Abbie Dagrin family, then please make sure you're doing so. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when I'm uploading videos on the daily. Please also make sure that you hit that like button because I know you guys will love this video. And last but not least, please make sure you're sharing this video with everyone you know, whether it's your friends, your family members, your enemies, anyone who really loves The Rock, or anyone who really loves natal chart analysis. Now let's get right into the video, lovelies. So Dwayne Johnson was born on May 2nd, 1972, so this qualifies him to be a Taurus. And people with this placement tend to be very grounded people. They're very much deeply rooted in their thoughts, words, and actions. So before they say something or do something, they tend to really think it out through before doing it. So anything that they do, just know that it was done with intention and they knew what they were doing. They tend to be people who are very loyal people, very tenacious and very ambitious. They're going to be loyal to the end because they are a fixed sign. And being ambitious makes sense because earth signs tend to be very ambitious people, and they're going to make sure that they get what they want in life and accomplish every goal that they want through these traits. They're also the people who are very practical, and they can bring a lot of practicality to your life in regards to the advice they give. So this really does describe him the best way. Next up would be his moon in Capricorn. So this is an interesting placement. Even though it's not the best placement to have the moon in, you can really navigate this placement and it could be used for something very beautiful. They tend to be very nurturing and have a strong urge to be productive. They are also the types of people who are going to set practical and realistic goals, and they are very much reserved in their life. They don't really like to be out there, but they're just very reserved. They are very committed to whatever they want to do. They are very realistic as well. They're capable and resilient. They're going to make sure that regardless comes in their life, and moons and Capricorns go through so much, they're going to make sure that they go through every obstacle with stride and they always come out victorious. They're very practical in everything they do. They are the types of people who don't like to express their emotions, but they really have great hearts. Up next would be his Mercury in Aries. So with this placement, he's someone who is going to speak on how he feels, and he's someone who loves to come up with new ideas and innovative ways of thinking about things. So when they speak, they are the types of people who will be listened to. They don't waste any time to getting to the point. They're very direct, and they're going to make sure that anything that they say is very important. And they are the types of people who don't really care about consequences in regards to their words. But they are very positive, very enthusiastic with their speaking and their thought process. They're very witty. They can be sarcastic, but they do have a forceful voice. They are very impulsive. They may be impatient, but they are very great at verbally speaking. They do not beat around the bush, but they get over things quickly, and they don't carry any grudges. Up next would be his Venus in Gemini. So this is an interesting placement because they are very much social butterflies. He's someone who's very much always out there. He loves to have fun. People say they love to be friends with him because he's just a fun person to be around. They are looking for someone who wants friendship in a relationship, wants communication, humor, a short trip, and mental stimulation. That's something that he's very attracted to, or anyone with this placement. They tend to be also people who uses their wit to attract others. They're very playful and maybe tense sometimes, but want to be stimulating and lighthearted in a relationship. They want to have fun. They want a relationship that's cool. They can talk endlessly and yet skip over deeper issues. They love variety and take changes frequently. They have a big group of friends, and that's something the Rock does have, is a great group of friends. So this really describes him. Up next would be his Mars in Gemini. So with this placement, he's someone who can change his mind from time to time in regards to what he wants in life or what his drive will be. He's incredibly active and engaged in anything that he does, but they also are very intelligent and fast learners, and that's part of their drive, is by learning things and being able to discover new people, discover new things as well. They have a lot of vital energy, and they're very versatile because it is a mutable sign in the Mars placement. So versatility is something that they love. They have a lot of wit when it comes to their Mars. They're very eloquent, and they have great networking skills. So they're great at finding new friends, finding new people, and getting to know people in a way to help them accomplish everything they want to in life. So this is a great placement for him to have. Up next would be his Jupiter in Capricorn. And this can be a very difficult placement as well, because Jupiter is very great in Cancer, Pisces, as well as Sagittarius. So the fact that it's in the opposite of Cancer is not the best. However, they are the types of people who will gain wisdom and experience to add to their tried and true method. So that's part of their luck. Them being able to gain information and them being able to gain experience in order for them to be able to accomplish everything that they want to in life. That wisdom is what they need, and they're able to accomplish that. They do have dedication though. They're very dedicated to whatever they want or whatever they do in life. They do have discretion as well, so they are very much great at discerning what's great and what's not great. So this is very great for this placement to have. It's like a positive in a way. I would say next up would be his Saturn in Gemini. So the Rock has a Gemini stellium. So he is someone who is keen to the ability to articulate information, solve problems, and handle details. That's something that comes with this placement, being able to articulate information and getting it. He's also someone who is very stable and intelligent and has strong communication skills. That's something that he's great at, because Saturn and Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Communication is something that they are great at. So that's something that they're able to do. However, it can be very difficult because sometimes they may have to have years of learning how to process things slowly, steady, and profound. And that can be something that's difficult for them, but they're able to accomplish it in the best way that they can, and they'll be great at it. Okay, you guys, up next would be his Uranus in Libra. And with this placement, he is constantly coming up with new ideas and looking at things in a different point of view. So Libra energy, they tend to see things from different points of view. That's why they are able to be balanced and balance other people, because they're able to look at different crevices and different areas. So this is really meant to be in a way, because Uranus has a lot to do with renovation, innovating with marriages. So they tend to maybe want a lot of personal freedom when it comes to marriages, and they do also have a lot of thoughts when it comes to social conventions or things previously, or lifestyles previously that were different. But now they want to kind of change it. They want that personal freedom, but they do want to be in an emotional commitment, but they just want a little bit of freedom in that relationship. So this is what Uranus and Libra may look like for the Rock. Up next would be his Neptune in Sagittarius. And this is a great, interesting placement. They tend to be the types of people who want to go out into the world and be able to have a lot of variety of exciting, uplifting experiences and learning new things. They are the types of people who are open to travel. They're open to different languages, different cultures. And they're very open-minded to new things. They just love to do things that are fun. And they're just very nice to be around. They are very much older, and they have an energy that gives youth in a way, I would say. Like, they have a lot of thoughts that are very much smart because of what they look at, what they read, what they go and see. They're the types of people that just love to do things that are different. That's Sagittarius energy, because Sagittarius, they tend to always want to learn, want to do more, want to know more, and that's something that comes with this placement. I think the rock is like that as well. Up next would be his Pluto in Virgo, and he is able to get this placement because he was born between 1957 and 1972, so he is a part of Generation X. And with this placement, he and his generation tend to really idealize perfection and down-to-earth attitude. They also love to have a hard-working mindset, self-improving mindset, and skilled mindset. That is something that this generation likes. Virgo placement in the rock, he is very hardworking. He's someone who may talk about the environment, technological issues, and that's something that comes with this generation. They're also the people who are quite adept to helping others and offering the practical care necessary to improve anyone's status. So they're very loving, they're very giving, they're very nice and kind, and always want to help people get to their level or even higher. So this is an interesting placement to have. Up next would be his North Node in Aquarius. So in order for him to really gain what he needs to get out of life and be able to understand life, he will need to do this. Have a lot of objectivity, so seeing the total picture, desire for friendship, making decisions for the group's best interests, willingness to share unconventional ideas, willingness to champion humanitarian causes, active participation in groups, awareness of equality, relating to others as individuals apart from the specific roles. He also needs to create win-win situations, recognize how others are special. He's someone who is very unusual that will need to be as well. He's also someone who will need to learn the way of the inventor, create and connect to all different types of friendships, and that's what he'll need to accomplish. Next up would be his Chiron in Aries, and this is actually what I hear astrologers say is one of the hardest wombs to have, because it has everything to do with themselves. Usually other Chirons have to deal with things outside of themselves, and usually if you are able to avoid it long enough, you'll be okay. But Chiron in Aries has a lot to do with how you see yourself in a negative light, not being able to have a lot of value in yourself or feel like you're valuable. So sometimes they do not believe in themselves, comparing themselves to others, or very self-engrossed. But one of the best ways for them to really heal this wound is to move forward with love with himself, accepting that everyone is different and you are part of everyone, and being different is okay, and acknowledging his strengths and his weaknesses. And I feel like the rock has been able to do this, and this is something that he will need to work on throughout his whole life, but he'll make it. Up next would be his ascendant/rising in Libra, and with this placement, he tends to be someone who's very balanced. He's someone who's very charming, very beautiful, artistic. He's very sociable, very polite, and he might like to sugarcoat things a little bit. He's also someone who can be a people pleaser, and that's something he would have to work on, but he's very pleasant and very charismatic. He loves to preserve the peace to avoid conflict, which is very much Libra energy. He dislikes being alone. He's keen to fashion and self-aware of his looks. He's softly persuasive and makes a good mediator. He has a tendency to pass blame to keep up the nice image sometimes. He appears friendly, but he can be detached or shallow. He's romantic and gracious, and he typically has a lot of friends. So with the appearance and with the traits that go with it, I really believe that he is a Libra rising. Last but not least would be his midheaven in Cancer. And with this placement, he tends to be someone who has the image of being very much intuitive, knowing what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. He tends to be someone who's very nurturing as well, and he's able to nurture people in the best way. Another image is that he's very organized, he's very trustworthy, and a lot of people do trust the rock, so he's been able to gain that a lot. He also has the image of being caring as well. He's someone who's very great at cultivating talents, and he's able to do things that he wants to do in a way that's very cool. That's his image, but he's someone who loves to live a organized and a direct life, and he's someone who has a strong desire to help others, and he is someone who just has a great image in regards to the public, and this really benefits him in the best way possible. Thank you guys so much for watching my video today in regards to the rock's natal chart. Thank you so much, Pure Power, for the suggestions. I really appreciate you guys' suggestions down below in the comment section as to who I should do next. I really appreciate them. Please also let me know how you guys felt about this video. Did you learn more about him? Did you get a better understanding as to who he is? And please make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell. Also that like button and also that share button. And last but not least, please make sure you're following me on all of my social media accounts, from my Pinterest down to my TikTok. Please also make sure that you are following me on my podcast, as well as make sure you are supporting my PayPal and my Etsy store, and everything will be linked down below. I love you all. Please stay safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, lovelies.